Hey, what is going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Lachlan Dunn, holistic health coach and personal trainer, helping busy professionals and creatives to feel extraordinary, both physically and emotionally, by treating the root cause of their sleep and health issues. Let's talk about natural treatments for sleep apnea. Number one, breathing. Breathing through your nose daily is going to be crucial. So switching from mouth breathing to nasal breathing. So what's the difference? Well, if we look at any medical textbook, you will not come across the mouth being a function for breathing. The mouth is simply not designed to be breathed through. It's the nose. If we breathe through our mouth, one, we're going to get jaw deformities. Two, we're going to cause inflammation of the airways. And three, we're not actually getting adequate oxygen, and we're not actually cleaning and filtering and humidifying the oxygen. When we nasal breathe, we are harnessing nasal nitric oxide. This is a vasodilator. It expands the blood vessels so it can carry more oxygen. Two, your nose is the main machine designed to consume and eat and uptake oxygen into the body. When you nasal breathe, oxygen is filtered, humidified, and warmth. So it increases the temperature so you can actually uptake more oxygen. And it's cleaning it. Like I'm saying, any pathogenic or dirty air or polluted air that's coming in is getting cleaned and filtered out. Rather, when it's being uptake through the mouth, you're just getting dirty oxygen coming in, which again is going to carry pathogens, viruses, all sorts of different things. So making sure we're switching to nasal breathing. Now, a simple thing you can quickly do when we breathe mechanically correctly, we want to put our hand on our stomach. We want to put our hand on our chest. Now, correct breathing mechanics will look like this. Now, when you breathe through your nose, did you notice my chest didn't really expand? My diaphragm is going to expand. The lower lobes of the lungs come down below your ribs and into the diaphragm. So when we breathe, we want to breathe down and utilize the fullness of the lungs. When we breathe through our mouth, we tend to breathe in our upper chest region, and we're breathing shallow. There's actually stress receptors up here on your chest. So when you're breathing through your mouth, or you're breathing really shallow, you're activating stress. You're activating that sympathetic nervous system, turning on that fight, flight, or flee mechanism, that branch of the nervous system to escape the perceived tiger. Because when we're in that stressful state, we get in that state. But most people are breathing like this in everyday waking life. So quick exercise, hand on your chest, hand on your diaphragm. When we close our mouth, we want the tongue to be sitting on the roof of the mouth. This is actually going to activate the electric charge throughout the body, and it's going to allow you to mechanically breathe correctly. So tongue on the roof of the mouth, hand on your belly, and breathing down in the diaphragm. And we want to do this through everyday waking life. If you're a mouth breather, it's about becoming conscious of this. It's about practicing breathing through your nose for 10 minutes every morning. Sit there and breathe through your nose. Now, when it comes to bedtime, you want to try taping your mouth. So shutting your mouth so you are forced to breathe through your nose. This is massive because you're sleeping for 8 hours of a night. Potentially, it depends on who you are and your sleep quality and quantity. But you don't want to be starving your brain and your body of oxygen. It's a number one nutrient when you're sleeping. So try taping your mouth with flexible sports tape. You can use paper tape, or you can use something called myo tape, where it's a tape that goes around the lips. So you don't actually fully enclose your lips, but it's going around the lips. Now, I've been doing this for many years now because I was someone who was a mouth breather. I did snore. I did have sleep apnea. And this was probably the biggest change that I made that had a massive effect. It dramatically changed my sleep. Not only did I wake up feeling refreshed, but I stayed asleep. I didn't go to the toilet as much. I felt refreshed. I was actually breathing correctly through my nose and getting adequate oxygen. So first thing is breathing through our nose and avoiding mouth breathing. So we're not going to fall into snoring. We're not going to allow the tongue to fall into the back of the throat and block the airways. Tip number 2, our diet. So most people who have sleep apnea have diabetes, meaning this is intertwined into sleep apnea. So we want to support our metabolism. So we want to eat good, healthy proteins, fat, and fiber. Proteins, pasture-raised free-range chicken, wild turkey, wild-caught fish, grass-fed game and beef. Fats, avocados, nuts, olive oil, coconut oil, grass-fed yogurt. Fiber, colorful vegetables that are in season. We don't want to be eating summer fruits in winter and winter foods in the summertime. This is going to confuse our body. So whatever's in season, we want to make sure we're getting adequate fiber. We want to also make sure we're focusing on, anti-inflammatory and balance out our insulin. Again, foods are anti-inflammatory. Food is medicine. Eating healthy protein, fats, and fibers. In terms of balancing out our insulin, we can consume things like apple cider vinegar. That is great for stabilizing our blood sugar levels. Eating smaller meals, going for a walk after our meals. 3 great ways to balance out our blood sugar and our insulin. We want to avoid processed foods, of course, sugar, processed fats, that deadly combination of sugar, fat, and salt, processed carbohydrates, or causing inflammation, or going to cause diabetes, weight gain, directly correlated to sleep apnea. So avoid processed foods. We also want to avoid caffeine, alcohol, smoking, so stimulants and sedatives. So avoid caffeine. If you're a coffee drinker, switch to green tea. It's only got half the amount of caffeine, and it's a healthier source. Most coffee is sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, and is genetically modified. If we're looking at caffeine in other sources, it's going to be in caffeinated beverages like Coca-Cola, Mother's V's. Pretty much common sense to understand that they're not good for us. They're going to cause diabetes. They're going to cause spikes in blood sugar. They're going to cause anxiety. They're going to cause brain diseases. There's so many things linked to these caffeinated sugary beverages. Limit your alcohol. 1 drink is fine of a night, but excessive alcohol consumption is going to play a big role in sleep apnea. Smoking, obviously going to damage the airways, damage the mouth, damage the teeth, damage the organs. Common sense there, reduce your smoking, quit smoking, and get rid of that out of your life. We want to treat acid reflux. So digestive issues can cause sleep apnea. So having smaller meals, having treating digestive issues. So this would be having adequate water. This is massive. Water plays a massive role in digestion. Your body is 75% water. Making sure you're hydrated. Making sure you're eating prebiotic fiber so you're supporting your microbiome, the bacteria, fungus, and microorganisms that live in your gut. So you can eat foods like sweet potato, onions, leek, Jerusalem artichokes, garlic, asparagus. There's 6 acacia fiber, 7 amazing prebiotic foods that are going to support your microbiome and push. They're called prebiotic because our digestive system doesn't actually break it down, but it pushes through and gets to the microbes so they can feed on that. Walking after meals is a big one. Having gratitude before your meal will increase digestion. It's going to put you in a parasympathetic nervous system state so you can actually prepare the digestive enzymes, so you can release your gastric juices and your stomach acid so you can digest food. Bone broth. This is going to soothe your digestive system and give you the adequate amino acids like proline that can help rebuild your gut lining and your intestinal walls. Another thing is we can try a humidifier. So opening our windows as well will be big. Dry air can cause sleep apnea. So using a humidifier so you can clean the air and put moisture back in the air. So you're not breathing dry air, drying out your mouth and drying out your nose, because again, we want to be breathing through the nose. Sleep position. Sleep on your side. This is big. Most people who have sleep apnea sleep on their backs and sleep on their bellies. This is going to allow the tongue to fall back into the throat and block the airways and cause sleep apnea. So if you're a back sleeper, you're a belly sleeper, it's obviously going to take time for you to work your way up to this new sleeping position. But sleep on your side and put a pillow between your legs and try and find something that's comfortable for you. Try and use a thinner pillow so your head's not elevated. This will be massive. Exercise. Obvious one, move your body, open up your body and airways and increase your lung capacity. So you could walk, you can weight train, you can ride a bike, you can go swimming, you can run, you can do some circuit training, you can get a mini trampoline. This is great. This is going to help your lymphatic system and your detoxification and your digestion and your insulin levels and your blood flow and your lung capacity. All these things are going to do that for you. Exercise is massive. The last one is essential oils. Now, these can be amazing to help you open up your respiratory system. So using essential oils like peppermint, it's great to open up the nasal passages, open up the respiratory system, and lavender to calm down the system, activate that parasympathetic, the rest, digest, and heal state of your body. You can also use eucalyptus. I've found that to be amazing. Not only is it like antibacterial, antifungal, it's great to open up the respiratory system. There's a whole bunch of natural treatments for sleep apnea. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment on what you think. Try these out and let me know how you go. And I will see you guys in the next video.